What is up? So, I wanted to offer another amazing tip on how I've been really handling my irritable moods. And the truth is, I didn't even used to notice that I was irritable. And if you caught my Facebook Live the other day, so I'm going to be dropping in here and doing like a series of tips on how I've been able to really manage my irritability, because I don't want to squash it or suppress it. And if you caught my first Facebook Live, it was really about not suppressing the irritability. So what I'm going to offer is amazing. I love this. And it also doesn't hurt. So this is typically like my couple hours. Between 3:30 and 5:30 is usually like when I notice that I get irritable. And I've played around with lots of different tools. But being out here in freaking paradise while my kiddo is eating some delicious roasted corn, like life is you can't be irritable here. But that's why I wanted to hop in here and do this. This is a perfect time, because this is typically when I do start to notice I feel a little grouchy, crabby. And now that I see what triggers me, what are the thoughts I'm thinking, the time of day, even just my blood sugar levels, there's so much to unpack. The tip I want to offer is this. I call it my Funk Fest. And I grew up on 90s hip hop, so I'm like calling in Funkmaster Flex, and he used to have this awesome show on Friday nights, but I totally digress. But he's a great DJ, and he, I believe, is like the grandfather of the mashup. Just saying, I'll probably get some arguments there, but so I call this the Funk Fest because in relation to what I said the other day on my Facebook Live, it's being okay with the feelings of feeling cranky and just accepting it. Radical self-acceptance. Like, oh, I notice I'm feeling irritable right now, and I'm not going to judge it and I'm not going to shame it. I'm just going to get curious about why it's here and be okay, be at peace. Can I be at peace with seeing that I'm irritable? And then I can start to question, well, does this really feel the way I want to feel? Does this feel good in my body? No. Okay, so what could I do? How could I support myself right now? So one thing is I set aside a window of time every day to just bitch or complain or be in a funk. And so since I know that I typically have this irritable chunk between 3:30 and 5:30, come around 3 o'clock, I'm like, it's either going to look like calling my best friend and venting to her about something. Today was a perfect example. I had a morning full of very interesting and challenging situations. I had to be in family court. Not had to, but I got to be in family court this morning. And then it's like, okay, so now I'm feeling the irritability come on. I'm noticing the physiology of it. And what are the thoughts that are triggering this? And let me just allow myself a finite window of time to get it off my chest, or just be in the funk and be kind of like, how much can I enjoy this funk right now, right? Because that physiologically will help metabolize the feelings. Again, the biology here is feeling irritated is actually just this oversensitivity to external stimulus. So what happens is we have all this external stimuli coming at us, and we suppress how we're feeling about a lot of it, and then it does create this irritable feeling. So now we get to acknowledge it and pull it out, pull it to the surface, and see it for what it is, and allow our bodies to just process, move through that. And it's not like we don't know this. We do, we get this, right? It's just like eating. Like, we don't just swallow our food whole and hope for the best. It's like we chew it, it starts breaking down in our mouths, and we bring it down into the gut, and we process it for nutrients, we digest and we excrete. And so that's the same thing with feelings, and especially the irritable ones, because usually those are the pent-up ones. And then we're bombarded by all this external stimuli. So give yourself a window of time, a funk fest, whatever time you need. For me, it's like, it really depends on the day, but 15, 20 minutes. But I literally, I set my phone timer. I'm like, this is it. I'm going to hop on the phone with my bestie. We're going to jam out I'm going to bitch for about 10-15 minutes, get a little feedback from her, and then I'm done. And, maybe you want to experiment with it and kind of feel your way through, like, how long does it take you to kind of get the complainies out, like really let your ego just have the voice. And that's really the key too. It's that little kid inside of you just wants to be heard, and perhaps he or she is like kicking up a little bit of a temper tantrum because she's not being heard or he's not being heard. So allow that little kid to just say his or her piece, and that in and of itself is soothing to those irritable feelings. And that is so miraculous. So even as you're doing it, you're going to start to notice like you just feel uplifted. Funk fest, that's what I call it. You can call it whatever you want, but maybe just dedicating that time aside. Now that you've identified when your irritable times are, set it for one of those times and just go to town and just get at it. Lots around the chakras as well. And this is about coming into that alignment. Your chakras are your center of consciousness. And so this funk fest is also wonderful for kind of opening up your third eye chakra. Sometimes we get caught in the anxious feelings and it blocks us from creativity and intuition coming in, receiving those divine downloads and the insights that keep us in emotional balance. So if your third eye chakra is blocked, you can feel very emotionally unstable or very moody or crabby, just in general as an affect. So this is great practice for cleansing, clearing, nourishing the third eye chakra, your sixth chakra. And if you are super interested in a full energetic clearing of your chakras, just for radiance, I am going to be offering a totally virtual master training, and I will be doing some customized work. So it'll be a live experience. I haven't mapped out exactly what it's going to look like yet, but I'm going to play and it's going to be awesome. So there will be one live coaching call where I will take questions and we can go through where you're feeling specifically blocked. So if that's something that's interesting to you, you feel that soul pull, hit me in the comments. I'll gladly share the details as soon as I know them, and I'll be posting them and emailing them as well. If you want to get on my email, send you the details when I have them. But I'm thinking probably sometime in the next 4 or 5 weeks, because we're transitioning into fall. It's a very busy time of year for a lot of people, and just any change of seasons, it's how we support that is really keeping our ability to keep our center of consciousness, our chakras, completely clean and clear, so we can operate from a state of peak existence, which is what I just want for everybody. So Funk Fest, let me know how that works. And chakra alignment, if you're interested, it's going to be like a live course, and perhaps 8 modules, each of them representing, there are actually 8 chakras that I'm going to go through. So 8 modules that maybe I will email information on, and then like 1 or 2 live calls. That's just coming through me right now. So that's probably what it's going to look like. More details to come. Love you so much. And if you feel like there's somebody who is in your life that is hurting right now, feel free to share this out with them. Maybe all it takes is just giving themselves that funk fest little window of time where they get to just complain. Happy Monday. Peace out. Much love.